I must get right into this because we're going to lose our film machine in a moment. My next guest is a young director whose second film, The Last Picture Show, has been an enormous success. All his life he has wanted to make movies, and he did. He knows just about everything there is to know about movies, from being a film historian, a critic, all kinds of things. Anyway, the piece of film you're about to see is from that movie, The Last Picture Show, and then we will welcome him, but let's take a look at that first.
One of Peter Bagdonovich's trademark shots is seen here as he pans across the small Texas town of Archer City, which served as a site for his most well-received film, The Last Picture Show.
Tony Bennett's Cold, Cold Heart was on everybody's hit parade. Elizabeth Taylor was getting married. Boys wore ducktails. The police action in the Far East was Korea. And Anarene, Texas, like other small towns, is approaching the end of an era.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Zimmerman, and I'm here in Archer City, Texas, which played Anarene, Texas, in the 1972 Peter Bagdonovich classic, The Last Picture Show. All around Archer City, several places that were used in the film still exist, and we're actually going to go to a few of those and take a look at them. Right now we are in a bookstore owned by the author of the original Last Picture Show novel, which I've got right here. One of the most important things about this book, and in relation to the film, is unlike many film adaptations, they actually took every single line of dialogue directly from the book. So what you see on the screen is what you would read in the book.
Reckon the town get along without us till Monday?
Oh, I reckon. If I was young enough to bounce that far, I'd go with you. Need any money?
No, we got plenty.
Archer City, amazingly enough, has not changed much since filming The Last Picture Show. While many of the buildings have since been torn down, many do still stand today, including the theater and the high school. The Last Picture Show is about a group of teenagers moving into being young adults and graduating high school in the small town of Anarene, Texas. One of the big things in the film and where it gets its name is from the kind of imminent feeling of death that is around the town. The town itself is falling apart.
You wouldn't believe how this country's changed. I reckon the reason why I always drag you out here is probably I'm just as sentimental as the next fella when it comes to old times.
This is exemplified when their mentor passes away and leaves his property to different people from around town, including the picture show to a lady that most people think wouldn't be able to run it. And the final scenes of the film are actually the picture show closing, so hence The Last Picture Show. Well, we are inside of the theater right now, and it's quite amazing. In 1990, Peter and almost the entire cast of The Last Picture Show returned to Archer City to film a sequel, Texasville. The movie was not nearly the commercial success that The Last Picture Show was, receiving mixed reviews from fans and critics alike. Much of this was due to the studio cutting out all references of the original film from Texasville. I had the honor of viewing the uncut film with Peter Bagdonovich at the AFI Dallas 2009 Film Festival. It was the first time he had ever viewed the uncut film in a theater, and when the Q&A started, I asked him how he felt about the experience.
Well, I've never seen the film on the big screen in this form, so that's exciting, not since we made it. We had to shorten the film quite a bit for a variety of reasons that had nothing to do with the quality of the film. The studio the administration of the studio had agreed to open Last Picture Show in theaters again. It wasn't available on home video at that point. And they reneged on the promise, so a lot of the things that we shot would have been too obscure for people who weren't familiar with the Last Picture Show. So we cut most of that stuff out, which totaled about 25 minutes, which is quite a lot. And so I was always unhappy about that. I felt the picture wasn't the movie we made.
They also have, there's a number of myths about you already even though you're very young, like the fact that you had a goal set for yourself that you would make a movie at the same age Orson Welles did.
Oh, I wanted to. I thought I'd be a failure if I didn't make a movie at least by the time I was 25, which is when Orson made Citizen Kane, and I was a disaster because I didn't make one until I was 27.
The Last Picture Show was hailed as one of the best films from a young director since Citizen Kane. And much like his friend and idol Orson Welles, Peter Bagdanovich's other films never achieved the same level of success or critical praise as The Last Picture Show. Other notable films from Peter Bagdonovich include Targets, which was Boris Karloff's final picture. The year after finishing The Last Picture Show, he completed Paper Moon, which was a critical success, but not nearly to the levels of The Last Picture Show. His films continued to flop until 1985, when he released the commercially successful Mask. The film was about a 16-year-old boy named Rocky Dennis who lived with elephantitis. Texasville was released in 1990. It was not a commercial success. In 1992, he released the film adaptation of the stage play Noises Off. Despite having a star-studded cast and receiving positive reviews, the film was enough of a flop to severely hinder his career as a director. Since Noises Off, he has only directed 2 theatrical releases. The Thing Called Love in 1993, which was River Phoenix's final film, and Cat's Meow in 2001. Most of what Peter Bagdonovich has directed in the last 20 years have been television shows, including an episode of The Sopranos. He's also very active as a film historian and film critic. He also won a Grammy in 2007 for directing Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Runnin' Down a Dream. Despite the many ups and downs of his career, Peter Bagdonovich is still a driving force in American cinema.